Take my hand and I'll be your guide. I'll take you places that you never find. I know something about a state of mind. I've got the dreamer in me.
And Mr. Ray is one of those teachers where you want everyone to know about, so they'll take his class and they can experience his awesomeness.
Mr. Ray is pretty, he's awesome if you just had to describe a word. He's friendly, he's engaging. The ability for him to connect with all his students, no matter what your background is probably what makes him so special.
And he loves what he does, and you can 100% tell that he loves what he does.
I feel like I matter with Mr. Ray's class because, he's listening to my questions, getting kids involved, and it's not just you, it's anyone and everyone who's willing to engage with him.
He gives off this calm atmosphere, and you're like, okay, and then I can feel like I can focus and work. And he's not intimidating or scary. Some teachers are kind of scary. They're like, ooh. But Mr. Ray, you feel like you can talk to him, like he's your school dad, honestly.
And I think it's because he knows us and wants to know us, and we know that he would protect us. I mean, we call him our school dad, and because he is our school dad. He would do anything for us.
Number one thing is I always refer to myself as their school dad.
Mr. Ray is school dad because he feels like a father to us. He's a father figure. He's there to pat you on the back, and he's also there to say, hey, this is what I think you should do. He gives advice, but he also is that comforting individual there that a lot of times you don't see a lot. So it just it makes you feel warm on the inside, knowing that there's someone else that cares, someone like your dad.
Yeah, I wear dad clothes. I tell them that the khakis and golf shirt or the suburban dad uniform. It's formal enough for a dinner at Olive Garden, but casual enough for a Target diaper run.
I'm gonna do like a banana and split.
And so when you take yourself too seriously and you forget what it's like to be a kid, I think you lose you lose the ability to make that connection.
And then I'm pretty sure those are, okay, it's there are 3 B's you need to know: biology, bench pressing, and bow hunting.
They say things like lit and dope and really try to enunciate it, and typically that kind of ruins how cool the phrase is, but they get a kick out of it.
One day people were stressing out about a test in another class. It wasn't even his class, it wasn't even his test, and he grabbed 2 pairs of scissors and in his Sebastian the Crab voice went, hey, remember, there's no test under the sea. Under the sea.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Under the sea. Under the sea. And then the rest of the song, and I'm like, what is he doing? And I think that was the moment that I was really like, okay, I can talk to this guy. He cares about us. I'm not embarrassed, to be myself around him because he's willing to go that extra mile to make us feel comfortable.
Sometimes we'll use scissors or just the hands.
We call Mr. Ray school dad because he gives us life advice and he tells us stories about his life. And like I said, he connects to the younger generations. He knows what memes are.
I'm a big fan of the memes.
I remember one day we were playing Uno and he wanted to join in. He was fine with him getting a whole bunch of penalty cards and everything. I thought it was really enjoyable.
And so it's kind of on me to find out what speaks to them. And there's something cool and interesting about everyone. There's something we can talk about. You just got to go in with an open mind and trust them. And I did goofy stuff when I was a kid too. So there were teachers that took a chance on me and cared, and so the least I can do is kind of reciprocate that. Show you care, show parents you care, show kids you care, and they'll start to do the same. If you want a parent on your side, the best thing you could do is find the positive in their kid. But if you care and if you communicate, and a big part of communication is not just making your expectations clear, but genuinely listening. And once you really start to listen to parents, listen to kids, listen to admin, and you just care, it trumps everything. your test scores and your classroom management and all the other day-to-day things that can seem so overwhelming fall in if you remember to care, you remember to communicate, you remember to keep safety first and foremost. You cover those things and everything else eventually falls into place.
I know someone cares about me when, you know, they're asking me questions like, how are you doing? And then actually following up, asking, so if I say, I'm doing bad, why? Eye contact is also really important. You can't be doing something else. You have to look at me, you know, we gotta talk, we gotta communicate.
I know somebody cares about me when they listen, when they actively listen to what I have to say and genuinely care about what I have to say. When they ask me about me as a person, beyond, you know, what I do for a living, what I do in the classroom. It's just little things, knowing little details about you, having genuine conversations. That's how I know somebody cares about me.
He cares about us. He listens to what we have to say about our day, what we love, what we like. And he talks to us.
Okay, so I know that somebody cares about me when they continuously keep coming around. There's people that walk in and out of your life all the time, and there's gonna be those few key people that will continuously send you a text, see how you're doing, or see you in the hall and ask how your day is going. And yeah, that's what I would say, is they just keep checking up on you, keep seeing how you're doing, and because it's easy to lose people, but some people will stay around.
I know a teacher cares about me whenever they ask questions about me, whenever they're interested in me and what I have to do, extracurricular activities or what I do over the weekend. I know they're interested in me whenever they want to hear what I have to say and not just listen to what I don't have to listen to what they have to say all the time.
I know I'm cared about when someone asks me how I'm doing, not just like the general, like, how are you doing? And you say good, how are you? But like they genuinely care, like they'll lean in, they'll look at you in the eyes and they'll like have a conversation and be sincere about their answers.
It doesn't really matter what the budget is or what the discipline is or the little day-to-day stuff I have no real control over. I have control over what really matters, and that's just caring about the kids. But there really are no bad kids. They test boundaries. They're going through things we never realized they're going through. They're growing up. They're trying to learn how to be adults. They're in this weird transitional phase of their lives, and they're going to test boundaries. And it can be easy. I do it with my own kids. I take things personally that I shouldn't take personally. And I'm always such a better person, such a better teacher when I realize this isn't really about me. This isn't a personal thing. And there's just too much going well to get bogged down in little things that really aren't about me. It's about kids trying to find their place.
He knows that we're gonna mess up, so that's another thing. Like a dad, he knows that you're gonna make mistakes, but he's not gonna shoot you down and make you feel horrible for what you did. But he is gonna say, hey, this is what you should have done instead, or, you know, kind of teaches you the lesson that you should learn. And I know that a lot of kids' parents aren't gonna necessarily do that, so it's kind of nice to come to school and have somebody like a parent. He also does protect us. I mean, he really does make us feel safe.
I think that we're forgetting a lot that, you know, we are just students, we are just kids, and that we're focusing a lot more on the curriculum or the tests that are coming up as opposed to who the actual student is. So I say a good teacher is someone who cares about the students, who wants the students to become a better student, yes, but also a better person.
I 100% believe he cares about all of us, not just me, not just the top students in the class. He cares about, like I said, he stands up for the little guy, and he knows who needs more attention, who could do with less. He doesn't try to like overwhelm every single person. He knows when to back off, when something needs his attention, or when he needs to intervene.
A teacher has a huge role in motivation just by saying something kind like, hey, how are you doing? Or just by supporting you, saying like, you're a really good student and I know you can keep going and keep trying. It really gives you the courage, like, okay, yes, I can keep doing this.
Instead of just what he's teaching life lessons as well. And I find that really important for people who don't have, you know, necessarily good role models or someone who's gonna have enough time with them. Teachers have a very big impact on students because they're with them most of the time, if the parents aren't there or some other guardian.
For any teacher, you gotta remember that there's a good chance you're the most stable, caring adult in this kid's life. Maybe not, hopefully not, but there's a good chance you are the person that is the most stable, that cares the most, that treats them better than just about anybody treats them. That's a huge responsibility. And it's not something that's really necessarily hard to do as a teacher, but it is a big responsibility, and I think it's something everybody's got to take seriously.
Mr. Ray, thank you. I don't know what I could have done without you these past years, and I know that we'll be friends for a long time, so thank you for all that you've done.
Hey, Mr. Ray, thanks for listening to me and laughing at my jokes, even though some of them weren't the best. But I just want to thank you for being, most importantly, my friend and someone that I could look forward to seeing every single day. And I'm going to miss you.
He brought the class together, if anything. And it made me feel more comfortable going out and talking to new people because the environment felt comfortable. So I just want to say thank you, Mr. Ray. Oh, I'm getting emotional.
Thank you, Mr. Ray, for believing me when I really didn't believe in myself. I'm crying now. It really means a lot to me. And I'm forever grateful that you were my teacher, and I really hope that I'll see you again sometime in life.
I'd just like to say, I wish everyone knew how wonderful Mr. Ray was. And I wish other teachers also took the time to just continue to answer my questions. Like I said, not everyone really cares, not as much as Mr. Ray does. Thank you, Mr. Ray, for everything.
Guys, there's really not enough I can say to thank you. Getting to teach you is one of the best things in my life. Professionally, it's by far the most rewarding thing I've ever done. Make every day that I come to work great. And I'm just really fortunate to get to have the opportunity to be part of your lives. So thank you for that. And you'll never know how much I really do appreciate it.